Hi there, I'm Kevin McDonald, Manager of Agricultural Services for Camrose County. I look after the Agricultural Service Board. Hopefully through this, you'll see there's programs, services that we can help you out with, whether or not it's helping you plant trees or tree diseases, or you have some weeds, or you have problems with your neighbors, if you're farming, stuff like that. Give us a call and we can help you out. The county, we would have some bulk fill stations, water stations. We have 3 potable water stations within the county. So potable water is drinking water. So, you can hook up your truck and your tank and go get some drinking water if you have to. One is the north end is at Armina. Another one is just outside of New Norway, south a couple miles and just east off Highway 21. And another one is just west of Ohatton. So how these ones work, you have to call the main office, you have to get an account set up, and then you can put money on your account, and then it's all 3 of those are pin pads. So you go in there, you put your pin in, your quantity, and it comes out into your tank, and then that just takes off your card, and then you can reload your account as you see needed. The county also runs 3 non-potable water stations. So that's ones for, if you have a horse or a cow, a couple cows, they need drinking water, fill up your tank, and then you can drop your water off for your animals. Or maybe you were spraying out a little chunk for a garden, you need some water for some Roundup to spray, stuff like that. One is at Kelsey, just a mile east of Kelsey. That is also a pin pad. So you have to call the county, get set up account for that one. We have 2 coin operated, so the next 2 take loonies and toonies. So you put a loonie in, you get your 150 or 60 gallons. You put a toonie in, you get your 300 gallons at a crack. One is south of the Norway, 2 miles, and then east about 4.5 to 5 miles. And the other one is on the south end, south of Bashaw. It's on Range Road 213. It's 3 miles south of Bashaw and about a mile east. What they are, they just look like kind of double car garages, is about the size of them with a pipe sticking out of the side. We have transfer sites that the county runs. Your garbage has to go somewhere. So our north end one is on Highway 833 and 617 at just north there. That's a Kingman transfer site. Household garbage, burnables. We have 2 recycling bins up there for cardboard. Is one bin. The other one is all the other stuff that we recycle. It's open 4 till 8 Mondays and Wednesdays, and it's open all day Saturday. The other one is at Meeting Creek, just up 56, just north of Meeting Creek. That is open all day Wednesday. Same thing, it's burnables and household garbage. There's no recycling trailers there. Our last transfer site is just outside of Kelsey. It is open all day Saturday. Burnables, recycling trailers, and household garbage. If you have bigger garbage that we won't accept at our transfer sites, you can go to West Dry Meat Lake landfill, which is just off 21 and Highway 609. So it's just west of Edinburgh, 3 or 4 miles. And if you're close to Camrose, you can use a Camrose Regional Landfill, which is just south on 50th Street, just south of the city. And they'll take everything there also. So if you want to get out and about for a day or 2 or on the weekend, the county runs 4 campgrounds. Our biggest one is Pelican Point, which is on the north end of Buffalo Lake. It runs middle of May until the middle of September. You book online. Mostly powered sites. There's a few tenting sites. There's a bathroom and shower facilities on site. We have a caretaker on site. There's a couple group camping sites available, fire pits, horseshoe pits, walking trail, concession stand. There's a day use area. There's a couple playgrounds on the area. And there is a marina at Pelican Point there too. We have the county runs Tillicum Beach Park. It's just off, if you go east of Camrose a mile, and you'll head south on Tillicum Road, about 8 miles. We have 7 sites there. First come, first serve. There's no caretaker on site. We do have a person that unlocks the bathrooms in the morning and locks them up at night. So the bathrooms are locked at night. There's fire pits there. It's self-registration. There's day use there. There's a nice bathroom and showers at Tillicum also. And there's a boat launch. You can fish off the dock. There's 4 docks there and a couple of fire pits. There's a playground for the kids and a ball diamond if you want to hit the ball around. We run New Norway Campground, which is the south side of New Norway, just off Highway 21. There are 5 sites serviced. There's a bathroom right there. There's a cook shack right there. There's also an area for tenting, first come, first served basis, registration with the honor box there. Our other campground is at Farintosh on Little Beaver Lake. There's 18 sites there. The south loop is 20 amp sites. The north loop is 30 amp sites. There's a washroom and showers on site. We have no caretaker there. We go in there twice a week to clean the bathrooms and check for supplies. I guess one of our main jobs at Egg Services is control of weeds in the county. We have 4 weed inspectors. They each have their own territory. So if you see a weed you don't know, or your neighbor has a weed problem, you can call the Egg Service Board office, and we'll send out someone usually that day or the next day to help you identify or help control your weeds. So our biggest weeds problem is a noxious weed is scentless chamomile. It's like a daisy shaped. It's also called mayweed. When it gets going, it'll look like little Christmas trees. When it gets going, it'll get like a foot tall, it'll be a little dark green, then the buds start forming, and then you're gonna get the yellow head with the white petals all the way around. They can get pretty big. I've seen them like 4 feet tall, 4 feet wide. It'll be one plant. When they get big, the best idea is just to pull them, bag them. You can burn it, or if you get a couple big bags, plastic bags of scentless chamomile, call us. We'll come pick it up, and we'll take it to the West Dry Meat Lake landfill where they'll bury it. If they're smaller, call us. We can help you. We can figure out a spray, Roundup. Say they're in your dirt, Roundup kind of works on them. Or call us and we can take care of it for you. Another problem we have is common tansy, yellow-orange buttons on the heads. It's a big problem in the New Norway Farintosh area. And Rolls and Kelsey. It really loves those parts of the county for some reason. And you'll see them, they're like, when they start growing, little ferns, and when they get big, they'll be 3 feet tall and just yellow buttons all over the place. Pretty tough to pull. The best option there would be spray. If you don't want any spray, you could cut the heads off in the fall so they don't drop their seeds all over the place. But give us a call if you see it. It seems to it doesn't stay in crops. So if your neighbors are farmers, it's not going to be in their crop. It might be in their headlands, but it's more of a pasture problem or a fence line problem. White cockle. It loves headlands. So if you're surrounded by cropland, it's possible that your whole fence line, if your neighbor's a farmer, has it, especially in wet areas or in wet years. It's got a little bulb underneath, and it comes up and has 5-notch petals. If you open the bulb up early on, all the seeds are in there and they're white. That's no big deal. They're not viable then. But as the year goes on, the bulb gets hard and the seeds turn black, get dark brown, and in the fall they'll pop and they'll shoot the seeds all over the place, and you're just left there with an open bulb. So when you see it early on, you can pull it. It's okay to pull. Once it gets a little older, if you get lots of it, call us. Or like I said, if your neighbors have it and it's affecting your acreage, let us know, and we'll go talk to the farmer and get it taken care of. Canada thistle, you've probably seen it. It's a thistle. Usually it's got a purple head, sometimes white, and it's obviously most time it's pokey because it's a thistle. But you'll see the fuzz flying all over the place. Same thing. It's probably going to be in your neighbor's crops, or maybe it's in, if you guys got a little pasture, it could be in your pasture. you can't pick it. It's impossible to pick because the roots go down forever and sideways forever. You can mow it down if you want. Best case would be give us a call. I mean, it's easy to kill with chemicals. That would be my suggestion with that. Orange hawkweed, so that's a prohibited weed. So if you see orange hawkweed or it's on your place, it has to be destroyed. We have it in a couple places in the county, north end mainly. So it's not a huge problem, but it's very recognizable with the orange and the red of it. So if you see something like it, call us and we'll send someone out right away to look after it. Because like I said, it's prohibited. So if we find it, it needs to get destroyed as soon as possible before it sets flower and sets seed, and then we got a big problem the next year down the road. Wormwood, it's not a noxious weed. So I guess it's just a weed, but it stinks. If you got pasture, especially overgrazed pasture, you could have it. It loves gravel pits. If you get gravel brought in, say for your laneway or something like that, chances are you're gonna have a few plants somewhere. Smaller to mid-size, you can pick it. It got taproot, it picks pretty easily. Later in the fall, and then if it's a 2 or 3 year old plant, the taproot's huge and it's almost impossible to pick. So you can mow it down, you can call us, we can give you a hand spraying it. You'll know if you have it because it's just, you run over it or the cattle won't eat it, it just stinks and it just stands out all over the place. So about 10 years ago, Mr. McNary came into a county ASB meeting and he was saying how as you look over the landscapes of the county, you'll see native poplar stands, native evergreen stands that are dying off. And he thought it'd be a great idea if the county would buy evergreen seedlings to give out to people to plant in these native stands because they're dying off and it doesn't look very good. So we thought that was a good idea. So I'm sure that was 9-10 years ago. So the county is still doing this program. It's called the Forever Green program. So what you do, you go online this time of the year, like March and April, you fill out this form saying you will plant these trees in a native area. It's not meant up your driveway. It's not meant for your front yard. It's meant you pretty much walk into your little forest you might have on your acreage and you just plunk these 15, 20, 30 trees that you're gonna get. Let them be, and hopefully most of them survive. So like I said, we do this every year. We usually get 70 to 80 people that do this, and we get lots of positive feedback on that. Now, if you're looking for trees for your yard, maybe you wanna do a little border around your acreage, you can call us, and we can help you out with a few suppliers in Edmonton that we have been using for a few years. So I'm sure many of you have trees in your acreage. Every year they're not going to look good, so maybe you got some bugs on there, or maybe your spruce leaves are turning brown, or your poplar leaves are rolling up. What you can do, you can call us. We'll come out there, ask you a few questions, take a few pictures, and then we'll send to this arborist that we use out of Edmonton. Smart guy, really good. If I called him or emailed him today, he'd have an answer for me in the next day or two about what's wrong with your trees. So feel free to come in, send some pictures in. You can email or text your pictures into us and we'll get back to you within a couple days. Throughout the years, the county will host workshops on various subjects. So whether or not we get arborists in for a pruning workshop, or say putting your trees to bed for the winter workshop, stuff like that. We've done that in the past. Most of you guys are on water wells, so every year or two we'll run a water well workshop. So it's how to keep your well clean, how to test for your water, the do's and don'ts when planning your well, and stuff like that. So check our website. When we do a workshop, we will advertise usually in the paper and online. With COVID being here, we haven't done many in-person workshops at all. So hopefully next year things get cleared up and we can get you guys out to a local hall and do some workshops for you. Okay, some of you may have skunks in your neighborhood. You don't want to buy a trap. They're $40, $50, $60. So the county, we have about 12 skunk traps available for pickup. You can take them, use them for a couple weeks, hopefully catch a skunk. we will not set the traps up. We will not come get the traps full of a skunk. It's up to you how you want to get rid of them. If you want to relocate them, go for it. If you want to do something else with it, knock yourself out. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Just push these in. So yeah, you're just setting the latch, so it's sitting like that. You put your bait back in here, so they come get the bait, and then they step on this, and they're trapped. So now you got your skunk in here. They're pretty small. These traps are pretty small, but skunks can still get their tail up. A big one won't be able to, but a smaller one will get their tail up. So once you have it trapped, you can walk up to it slowly. Chuck a blanket over top, put it in the back of your truck. If you want to drive it 2 miles away and let it go, so be it. If you want to do something else with it, that's up to you. So what we have here is our porcupine trap. Maybe you're out in the fall and you notice, holy, what's happened to my spruce tree? Oh, the bark's gone. Chances are that is a porcupine. So it's the same setup as a skunk trap. Lever, bait it back here. I heard they love apples. I've heard guys say that. So you can stick apples in the back. They'll step on it, shut it down, and they're trapped in there. And then you're free to dispose of the porcupine how you desire. So this is our most popular trap. This is our magpie trap. We've all been there at 4 in the morning with them squawking all over the place or eating pounds of cat and dog food every day. So what we have here is our trap. We've got a little latch here. You open it up, you put the cat food, dog food in here, and shut it. One thing with magpies is I would recommend wherever they're taking your food at, the cats or dog food, just let them take it for a couple days. Then you can move this in for a couple days and hopefully get used to it. And then you could maybe sprinkle some around it and then inside. Because what they do, they crawl in to get the food and then they can't crawl out.